So today, lads, I'm going to be reacting to one of the craziest, and I mean craziest, top 10 lists I have ever read about the top 10 women's college players over the last decade. So the last decade has had some really, really good players. Like, obviously, you've got the likes of, like, what Aaliyah Boston did. Obviously, Caitlin Clark. And it goes far back as Stewie. So the last 10 years, again, only includes the last 2 years of Breanna Steward's college career. So only 2 of them. You've got, like, look, I thought Angel Reese was a hell of a college player. I thought, obviously, Aaliyah Boston was a hell of a college player. Caitlin Clark, obviously, was Caitlin Clark. Aja Wilson was a really good college player. Kelsey Mitchell was a big scorer. Kelsey Plum. Like, there's been a lot of good college players. Hey, Mariah Jefferson, if you want to include the 4 years of the Stewie, you got to include the 4 years of Mariah Jefferson. But let's take a look at the list. So, first up, number 10, Rachel Bannum. Like, we're putting Rachel Bannum in the top 10. Like, I don't hate it. Like, but not in the top 10. Like, maybe, I guess, but still, like, above some of the players that were there. She did average 20 points per game for her college career, but again, she finished the same year as like Stewie, and really just had a huge 5th year. Like, she had a super senior year where she was really good in the last 10 years. And that was really it. So 10, I don't know. 9, Kelsey Plum, the all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball, up until Caitlin Clark. At 9 is a little bit crazy. The number 1 pick in the draft, especially because she really peaked that senior, like in her junior and senior year, which were both in the last 10 years. But whatever. Paige at 8. I don't hate Paige Beckers at 8. I actually don't hate Paige at 8. But she's going to be what? This might be, like, she's going to be first team All-American this year. I don't think she deserves to be first team All-American. A lot of people are like, oh, but look at Paige's efficiency. Yeah, she's so efficient because she refuses to take bad shots. She literally refuses to take a bad shot. Like, aggression is better than like, if you are not aggressive in the name of efficiency, I would rather see aggression than efficiency. You can be both, but Paige's efficiency is a result of not being aggressive. But at the same time, 8's fine after what she did her freshman year. And she was first team All-American last year. So 8, cool. Nafisa Collier. Was Fee better than Katie Lou Samuelson? I don't hate her in the top 10. I don't. Was she better than Katie Lou Samuelson? Like, that is an actual question. Like, obviously, Fee's been unbelievable since then. But she won a ring. She won a chip at UConn. And then 2 disappointing years, or 3 disappointing years where they didn't win another championship. But the real but is, was she better than Katie Lou? Number 6, Kelsey Mitchell from Ohio State. Out and out scorer. I would not put her as the number 6 best college player in the last 10 years. But as a Kelsey Mitchell fan, fair enough. Juju at 5 is crazy. Juju is currently averaging 24 points per game in her sophomore year. Like, for everyone being like she's going for the scoring record, it's at the stage now where she's getting close to having to average 31 points per game for the rest of her college career. Like, she went 6 of 15. She played 36 minutes in a 50-point blowout last night and still only scored 16 points. Yes, Juju's spectacular. Juju's absolutely spectacular. But number 5 in the last 10 years, above Kelsey Mitchell, above Kelsey Plum, above Fee, heck, even above Katie Lou Samuelson right now. Like, crazy. No way is she 5th. She's probably going to win National Player of the Year, but, like, come on. Come on now. Come on. Hannah Hidalgo 4th. Like, look, in 2 years' time, maybe we can talk about this. And you could maybe argue that Hannah Hidalgo's had one of the 5 or 6 best first 2-year starts to an NCAA career. But, like, no. No. Just no. Not 4. 3. You know what? I'm surprised I didn't just see AJ Wilson number 1, but she's not number 1. She's not number 3. Like, she is not number 3. Like, yes, she did win a ring. She did win a college ring. And, like, she was the number 1 pick. Did she win a National Player of the Year? They did win in 2017. I need to see, did she win a National Player of the Year? But, like, they were, like, dumped out early in her senior season. Like, in college, she won Player of the Year once. So she's won Player of the Year, a couple of first-team All-Americans. I'm still not putting her as the third of all time, or third in the last 10 years, but you know what? Fair enough. 2, Caitlin Clark, 1, Stewie. There is no logic to this. If you are putting Stewie number 1, you are saying rings are all that matters. But then you can't put Hidalgo and Juju in there. Neither of which are probably going to win at all through the 4 years. You can't, like, this makes no sense. If you're going to make the argument that Hannah and Juju are ahead of, heck, even Aaliyah Boston. Wait, why is Aaliyah Boston on the top 10? Wait, I don't know. A National Player of the Year champion and nearly won a second National Player of the Year. Either way, though, like, if you're going to put half of these people ahead of Aaliyah Boston, then it's not just about rings. And if it's about individuals, then clearly Caitlin Clark is number 1, but I don't hate that much. Stewie was unbelievable in college. But let's take a look at some of the replies. Where's Enrique? She hit 1 big shot, so she should be on the list. I actually don't hate Enrique not being on the list. Angel Reese, not even. You know what? I actually don't hate the Angel Reese because her last 2 years, especially her junior year, is as good as Rachel Bannum's senior year, like that, or her super senior year. Like, I actually wouldn't have hated Angel Reese on this list. Like, look, you can say what you want about Angel Reese. She was exceptional. Like, too many misses. Like, she was exceptional that junior year. Aaliyah Boston was one of the most dominant players every time she touched the ball for 4 years. No Enrique or Sabrina. Boston isn't top 30. That's crazy. That is great. Too many people on the list with no rings who like college. Like, it's literally college. Back 10 years ago, if you wanted a ring, just go to UConn. Like, literally, that's all you had to do. Like, if you just chose to go to UConn or South Carolina, you pretty much had a ring. Also, Cameron Brink should be somewhere here. To be honest, Cameron Brink probably should be somewhere here. Katie Lou Samuelson should be on the list, maybe. Gino said you don't need a ring to be the greatest, therefore Caitlin's number 1. Fair enough. Like, why is Mariah Jefferson not on the list? Yeah, Mariah Jefferson, maybe. Caitlin Clark, Stewie, Aja, Kelsey Plum, Kelsey Mitchell, Fee, Enrique. Enrique should not be 7. Like, Clark is number 1, has it. I would, like, Caitlin, if you're going to put Juju and Hannah Hidalgo even in the top 10, Caitlin's number 1. Like, by the logic that you're putting them in the top 10, Caitlin's got to be 1. Because Caitlin was better than both of them in her first 2 seasons. And Caitlin then rattled off the best 2-year college spell anyone ever had in her last 2. And again, he was really going to argue that. But anyway, I don't hate this list. A lot of people like this list for age, but I don't hate it as much as people say. Like, I do think the criteria is all messed up. There doesn't seem to be any criteria here, which is why the list is so bad. But like, they got whatever about the order, kind of probably the top 20, so I can't complain too much. Like, but anyway, I'll see you guys.